Kyrie he just calm, cool, and collected. He ain't bothered by anything you do. If he mess up, he'll be like, all right, cool. You get the ball again.
I was gonna say, come back next play.
He will not mess up.
Yeah. All right, so you guys were saying on the couch a little bit, but you started tatting him. Where was the first spot you got tatted with him?
First time he tatted me was
Hair salon.
Hair salon.
Hair salon?
Yeah, a hair salon in Jersey.
Why? Why in his hair salon?
Well, I was trying to get tatted, and that was the one on my forearm. But like, I was trying to figure out like the right person to tat me.
Yeah.
And it was just like the circumstances, like that was the only spot that was open. Like the only spot like we could have space, have the light, and have like all the equipment we needed. Straight up, he was like, look, I just want to start a relationship, be able to know that, you're going to get a good, reliable guy. Like, he drove to me from New York.
Okay.
He drove all the way to Jersey. And ever since that first drive, he's like a therapist, you know what I'm saying? Like, we was talking, and, I figured out he's just a real cool-ass dude.
Yeah.
He's someone you could trust, someone you could depend on.
So like a lot of people think like tattoos is like pain therapy. Like it's like you're feeling pain, you're able to talk, you're able to feel like kind of feelings. Like you're
Yeah. Honestly, that's not a bad way to look at it. I feel like you're gonna sit here for hours and hours, you're gonna end up saying something that you need to get off your chest.
100%. Yeah.
So like, and it's also just like different perspectives. He's been through different shit I've been through at different points in his life. So just like being able to talk to somebody about your problems is like, it's different. It makes you think about your problems and the solution to those problems a different way.
100%. You get a different outlet from it.
Exactly.
Matt, when he sends you like an idea or something, I was just gonna say, how much, is it like a day of kind of thing? Or like, how much time do you normally have to prep design or prep like a stencil work?
It depends on the piece, different pieces, different, like I said, he knows what he wants, so it's not much preparation that really like 100% goes with it. Like, he sent me this one that first time, and he had it like drawn up, like the way he drew it up, like this is the idea, and then I just took it and revamped it and showed it to him. He was like, that's exactly what I was trying to get. Mm-hmm. So the idea was 100% his, but again, I just worked on it just to do that. But same thing, like the elephant, like, he knew he wanted an elephant, and he was like, this is the elephant I want, and I want this tree, and I want it to be like this. So it's not much like preparation work that really has to.
Well, how much easier is, or like, how much more favorable is that for you that you have someone that actually like is like, this is what I want?
It's dope.
Yeah.
I like it because one of my biggest pet peeves when I'm tattooing somebody is indecisiveness. Mm-hmm. Like, I won't tattoo somebody until they tell me, like when they see the stencil, until they say, I love it.
Yeah.
Like, I won't just, if they're like, okay, it's cool, I'm not looking for cool. Like, are you sure? Like, this is gonna be on your fabric.
Forever.
So I've had a lot of people be like, yeah, but I don't want to bother you, but I do want to just move it over.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
you're not
please,
bothering me.
yeah, please. Like, I'd rather you do that than leave the tattoo shop and be like, damn, I wish it was a little bit more to the left, a little bit more to the right. Like, it takes me 2 seconds to do it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
what was your first tattoo with him?
My first tattoo was on Jersey Shore. And I got this when I was like 16.
Jersey Shore for real?
Yeah.
Just on the boardwalk?
Yeah, it was before you got on the island, because everywhere I went on the island, there wasn't somebody who was 16. And then whenever I went to a spot off the island, the first spot I went to did it for like $120.
Yeah.
And that was my first tat, and I started the addiction.
I was just gonna say, so talk in general about like why you think they're addicting, because like obviously everybody, once you get it one tat, that's it. You're locked in.
Like, it really comes down to like it depends how you want to show your story. People write books, people do like YouTube, but just like, it's always something you're gonna look at every day. You gotta make sure like you're not just putting something careless on your body, but like people do that, so I'm not gonna like knock them for that. But it's just, it helps you tell your own story. Exactly.
So what did you guys decide on today? What are we putting on right now?
So right now we got a broken sword, and in the middle of the sword it says, still I rise. Just being able to know, like, it's kind of like at the start of my life, it's kind of like the base of the sword. Shit was easy, everything kind of just seemed go-lucky. But the broken part was kind of in the middle. And now I've kind of gotten through the broken part of my life. Went through a lot of shit as a kid, and now I'm almost a grown-ass man. I'm a grown-ass man at this point. I'm in the NBA. I got to pay my own bills, pay my mama's bills, everything like that. So at this point, you know, it seemed like I got past that, and I'm not in the clear, but I don't have to worry about those problems.
So you talk about, you just brought up like paying your mom's bills and things like that. You're very like highly outspoken about like one of your goals is to make sure like your mom don't gotta work. She's covered for the rest of her life. Talk to me a little bit about that, your relationship, like how you guys are.
It's been me and my mom since I was 8, 7 turning 8. And ever since then, you know, like my mom's been like my number one, my biggest hater, my number one critic, but my best friend every single day. You know, she gonna call me. You can ask my cousin right over here. She'll tell any one of us if we on bullshit like that. So, you know, my mama don't play around, and you know, that's kind of just someone I've always just, you know, we act the same, we carry ourselves the same, we even have like the same demeanor. So it just kind of seemed like since I've grown up with my mom, I am a mama's boy, but I become my mother.
Yeah. And so for you, how special is it like once you hear your name called at the draft and like you're able to celebrate with your mom, like talk me through like the feelings you had for that?
Man, it was, I remember as soon as I heard my name called, like there's a clip where like you can see me where I'm like trying to button my jacket, and it took me like 5, 6 tries because I wasn't gonna cry, but I was like shaking.
Yeah.
I couldn't even like, it seemed like surreal. And my mom was crying, she was so proud. But it's just like, you know, it seemed like it's a dream. You know, I just don't want no one to pinch me and wake me up.
Yeah. So for a guy, you were drafted, OKC drafted you originally.
Yeah.
So how is it, because for me, like as just a fan watching, I feel like it would piss me off so much. I gotta put on a hat from the team that I'm not on.
100%. Like, I wouldn't say piss me off, but like, it's just like, all right, so, you know, just throwing me down. Like, you kind of realize you're just like a pawn in someone else's game. So, you know, there's pictures of me with my OKC hat on. I even have like the first official card put out from the draft.
Is OKC?
Is OKC.
For real?
Yeah, and it's like a one-on-one because, you know, it's like the wrong team technically. And I remember I was sitting on by the time they got to the 12th pick, by the time they got to the 14th, 15th pick, the Jumbotron in the arena said that there's been a trade. And I was sitting there with Taylor Rooks, and she said, hold on, mid-interview, and as soon as he announced the trade, there was somebody right next to me handing me a Dallas Mavericks hat. Yeah. I was like, oh, guess I'm going to Dallas.
Yeah.
So I was happy about that. I have family here, and, you know, it was a spot I know I could fill. Yeah. But like there was always like rumors that they were gonna trade their 10th pick for some, like I almost said a retired player, for some vet, or they would do it for somebody who's already been in the league for a little while. Yeah. And I guess they betting on me, so you know, that makes me just want to work that much harder.
And how does that, like you just said, obviously it puts a little more pressure on you to kind of be like, all right, you're that guy now. You're jumping in. You've been practicing with the starters. You're jumping in with guys like Luka, guys like Kyrie. How much easier do they make the game for you? And then just how much like different is it from playing in college? I mean, like
they definitely make the game easier because, you know, everybody's more focused on like the biggest, like the Swiss Army knife, you know, it's the weapon on the floor. And, you know, there's almost impossible to stop either of them. So just knowing that like I could play off of them, it just makes my game easier. And, you know, transitioning from like college, I was just a defensive force. So that's something that the Mavericks was lacking. So I knew as soon as they grabbed me, and ever since I've been working out, I know exactly what they need me for, what they're trying to use me for, and it's exactly some shoes I'm gonna fill. You know, I'm working with Tyson Chandler every day. So, you know, he definitely done it before, and I could fill his shoes for sure. I'm working with him every day. He criticized me every day, but it get me better. So I got no complaints.
100%. First game, first matchup is against Wemby.
San Antonio. Yes, sir.
So how are you excited for that? Does that?
You know, I'm definitely going to shy away from competition. I'm actually it's the first game, so it's going to make me want to play that much harder. Yeah. You know, just having that competition, knowing the media is going to be around it, yada, yada, yada. It just makes me want to play that much harder. You know, he's a very good player. You know, all the hype's around him. So we're going to play and we're going to see. Yeah.
Well, if you come out, that's like you just said, the media is going to be there. It's probably national televised, I'm assuming. That's going to be a game where it's like, you do your thing, lock him up. All media's talking about you.
Yeah, we gonna see. Yeah. You know, it's not even like a focus of, I don't give a damn what the media say. I just want to win. Yeah. That's all I care about.
So have you had the switch onto Kyrie yet?
I've had to switch on to Kyrie and the switch on. I've had to guard both of them one-on-one. They just laugh.
Yeah?
Luka will sit there, cross, I'm about to score. Cross.
He'll talk to you while he's doing it?
Cross. Score. He'll laugh at you while he's doing it. He won't talk, he'll laugh at you while doing it.
That's wild. Wild.
Kyrie he just calm, cool, and collected. He ain't bothered by anything you do. If he mess up, he'll be like, all right, cool. You get the ball again.
I was gonna say, come back next play.
He will not mess up.
Yeah. But how crazy is it? Like, obviously from TV, you watch Kyrie and it's like balls on a string.
Mm-hmm.
When you're guarding him, like I feel like when you play basketball, you're guarding somebody. You know, like if you could poke at the ball and like get a touch, does it literally feel like impossible?
If you poke at it, he's using that poke against you.
Yeah.
Like I remember Shumpert said it in a podcast. He said he's not trying to figure you out. He's playing defense with the ball. So whatever you do, he's gonna do the opposite. So if you go left going back right, he's gonna go right, switch back left, spin back to right, and it's gonna fuck you up every time.
With some crazy finish always too.
Nah, the finishes I've seen is crazy. Cause like the ball has spun on like the very top of like the rim, and it looks like it's about to fall out. And just somehow it goes back in. I'm like, shit.
Every time, yeah.
Shit, all right, you got it.
And you got Holmes, right? Is that the center on the roster?
I got Dwight Powell and Rashawn Holmes.
So the two big ass dudes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, those two muscle guys too. So
yeah, they be moving me. They be moving me sometimes, but I don't let it get past me.
What do they have you? What's your weigh-in? What do they have you listed at?
Right now, like if I get on the scale right now, I'm probably 240.
240.
Like I've gained like 6 pounds since I've been here, and my body fat went down too. Like my body fat like 3 to 4.
That's wild.
That's some shit. Yeah, skin, bone, and a little bit of muscle. Just a little bit.
We actually had this debate just now at lunch. I said I think Kyrie's got the deepest bag ever. Skill-wise, I think Kyrie's the most skilled basketball player.
Kyrie has the deepest bag for sure. But like, just Luka, you just can't do anything. Like, you can't do anything about it.
What's the difference from like being like up front and like actually watching him on the court versus on TV?
It's slower in person.
Really?
It's slower.
Yeah. So why can't somebody stop it?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. If I could tell you, he wouldn't score 40, 30, 50 points all the time.
Yeah. And there's just nothing you could do. Like even in practice, you guys practice with him every day.
Yep.
You're getting this matchup every day.
Yep.
No one's locking him up.
And you know exactly what he's gonna do.
Yeah.
Yep.
And you can't do nothing about it.
You can't do nothing.
That's crazy. What's it like life being a 5-star recruit? You go to Duke. What's it like being like the dude on Duke?
So it's kind of like, at first, everybody just has like, being a basketball player, it comes with a stigmata. Like you're labeled as like someone who's arrogant, who's rude, who don't give a shit about no one else, and who always like brushing people off.
Mm-hmm.
Like whenever people were talking to me, they talked to me in class. Whenever I was walking by, they're like, "Oh, like you're not a dickhead," and I'm like, "Thank you."
Yeah.
But like that's kind of how it goes. Like people just like make an assumption.
Yeah.
But like everybody's gonna ask for a picture. Everybody's gonna like come up and say something. But like it comes with the job. You got to be able to make sure like you maintain your brand and maintain your image.
Yeah.
As soon as you're meeting the one person, that one person posts it on
Blows it up.
Blows it up.
I was gonna say you can't even be a regular college kid too. Like you go to a party or something. Like you're stupid for one night.
Everybody got a
forget about
camera.
it.
Everybody got a camera. So everywhere we go, everywhere I go, no matter where I go, I always gotta have my head on a swivel.
Yeah.
And I'm like, people think they're slick. Like I can tell whenever you're holding your phone to look at your phone versus it's flat face and I can see your camera.
Yeah.
If I can see all 3 of your cameras, I already know you're taking a picture.
So what's your biggest like being like a like famous person? What's your biggest like pet peeve when it comes to?
That's hard. I'm kind of cool. I kind of just come accustomed to everything. Cause like I'll tell you how every interaction go. I'm gonna walk past somebody, they're gonna give me the damn. And then I always say the same thing. I say, yeah, I know, I'm big as hell.
Yeah.
And I keep it pushing. But like, I hate when someone takes a picture of me.
Yeah.
Like sometimes people ask for a picture with me. I'd love to take a picture with somebody. Taking a picture of me, like stand right there, hold up. And they take a picture like that. Like it's crazy.
It's weird.
Like you just feel like a
object. It's not
exactly.
like
it's not even an interaction. It's just like I just wanted people to see I saw you.
Yeah.
Like it's crazy.
It's weird. but I'm sure you deal with it nonstop.
So it's just like, I'd rather just like, if I see a camera, I'm gonna just say like some funny things that just cause interaction.
Yeah.
Just to like speak to them and rather take a picture with them than just them take a picture of me.
You're hanging off this table. So tattooing a guy that's 7 foot, like what's the difference in like setting up, like you go to tattoo my arm, completely different than a dude that's 7 foot, I'm assuming.
100%. Yeah, all his tattoos, like I'm not gonna say all, but most of his tattoos have taken up the whole stencil paper. So that, just to say that, like, and yeah. So it's coverage for sure. Like it's not even a question of like what size do I need to make the stencil. I just make it the biggest size and hope that I don't need to use two of them. You know what I'm saying? So.
Would you rather be 4'5" or 7'5"?
4'5".
4'5" or 7'5"?
4'5".
All right, so all three of us said 7'5".
No.
But is that us just ignorantly not being?
That is y'all not being 7 foot. Yo, being 7 foot is painful.
Yeah.
It's annoying, unpractical, and like, so I can never hide. I can never do nothing slick. No clothes ever fit me. I can't fit in a car.
Yeah.
I can't fit in a normal seat on a plane. And if I don't duck on doorways, if I don't pay attention and don't duck, I'ma smack my forehead every time.
My thing was, I was saying showers too.
I got showers that be on my chest.
Yeah.
Be on my chest, and I have to like duck to wash my face or wash my hair. Like, it's annoying as hell.
So you're going 4'5". So we got to make a little edit. Dereck Lively 4'5". Shrink him down.
4'5". But like 7'2" definitely comes with its advantages, but like the disadvantages, like the cons definitely are right there with the pros.
Yeah. So as a kid, when was your first like growth spurt where you were like that big ass kid?
I was big as fuck since I was born.
Really?
I was 2 feet when I was born, 10 pounds, and I was always heads and shoulders above everybody.
Yeah.
You know, I like in like elementary school, I left elementary school 6 foot.
6 foot?
Yeah, like I was taller than my teachers in elementary school.
Yeah. Damn. Mm-hmm. So did you ever, like, you know how a lot of bigs in the NBA like don't have the growth spurt till later on, so they like play guard their whole life?
So for me, like I was playing a little bit. My thing was, when quarantine happened, I was in the gym because I was able to get into my local YMCA, but like the owner had like his son and his best friend in there, who like they hoop and they're like 5'6", 5'7". And I had to spend all the quarantine making sure I was guarding them, had to dribble past them, had to do all that. And you know what made me better? That's why I could kind of guard, that's why I could guard 1 through 5. That's why just like some parts of the game are easier to me now because like I've been in that position a little bit.
All right, so that's fire. So quarantine, that's me, we talked about that yesterday, 3 of us. We're just like quarantine in general was like a blessing in disguise for a lot of people.
Yeah, definitely did. I feel like quarantine like had a lot of people like, since no one had nothing to do, they only had time to think about what they had going on.
Yeah.
So
you were in, what year were you in?
Shit, I was sophomore year. We were the only team to win state championship that my sophomore year.
Oh, you still had it? You still played?
Yeah, we still played because our state championship game ended the game was March 9th.
Okay.
And then March 13th, everybody shut down. So we barely got it in.
Yo, the football season is upon us. Make sure you guys lock in with Prize Picks, the official presenting partner of Sessions. It's the daily fantasy sports game, and it's super easy to lock in. It takes about 60 seconds to get your entries. The best thing about it is that it's a skill-based fantasy game. You don't play against anybody. You're playing against the Prize Picks projections. You pick between 2 to 6 players, and you select either more or less. It's simple. Prize Picks has an abundance of stats to choose from. You could go with passing yards, receptions, interceptions, pass attempts, and many more. And at Prize Picks, they don't do just the NFL. We got college football, we got NBA, and we got a bunch of other sports. And the best thing about it is that you can earn up to 25 times your money. Prize Picks is hooking you guys up. If you use code INKED, they'll match your first deposit up to $100. That means you put in $50, they're gonna match $50. You put in $100, they'll match $100. Go to prizepicks.com/inked, use code INKED for a first deposit match up to $100. What got you into tattoos? Like, what was your starting point in terms of like, did you see some on TV? You saw a certain player or a certain artist?
I remember, I always remember seeing, like, whenever I was a kid, I would watch AI.
Yeah.
And like AI, like really, in my eyes, he brought like a lot of culture. He brought like a lot of like drip to the game of basketball.
100%.
So whenever he was really like popping out with tats, like that was my first like, oh, okay, I like tats. Like I see how like why people get them, but I never thought I was gonna get one. And then like you just slowly start to see people like get like little patchwork, like little places here and there, and then you see people with sleeves, and then you see people with half sleeves, and then you really start to see people like make like a little artwork out of it. And whenever I knew I was getting a tattoo, because the story with this one is like my dad didn't have a tombstone for a while. Like when he passed whenever I was 7 years old, and he didn't get a tombstone until I was 18.
Wow.
So, and I was the man, I bought the tombstone. So this was his first like permanent mark left on earth. So that was kind of like the first thing. And from then on, I knew like tattoos was kind of how I was gonna like describe my story without having to say it.
And do you think, like obviously you've been through a lot more than a lot of people at your age have been through. Do you see that as like something that's like you were talking about a little bit before, but like I feel like you're super mature just in the way you're talking to for your age. When it comes to like your game, do you see that kind of translate in the way that you're able to like take in knowledge from certain things?
I mean, yeah, you gotta be able to adapt quickly, think on your toes. You know, you gotta be a sponge. You gotta be able to you gotta keep your head on the swivel. You know, if you get left behind, if you can't pick up a play, if you can't pick up an action quick enough, then you're gonna get left. You ain't gonna be able to get as far as you can. And it's kind of like, I was a little tricky kid. But like I was always like, I would watch, I was loud, I was energetic, but I was always watch, read the room and figure it out. That's kind of how I was raised. So kind of like go with the flow, like it doesn't have to be my way. So I was always like a go with the flow type of dude. And that's just kind of just how it stuck with me.
He doesn't have any tattoos.
That's that's the first thing I asked him.
Yeah?
That was one of the first, I said, how come you a tattoo artist with no tattoos? He goes, I'm afraid of needles.
And what was your thought in your head? Like, did you have any like doubts or just like?
In my head, I'm like, I know like to be a good tattooer, you have to be a good artist first. And like tattoos is his art. Like his way like he expresses his art. And I know he could draw crazy. He just be like, I see him whip up like a quick little drawing and I'll be like, oh shit, like I got you.
Yeah.
Like, I know you know what you're doing. I know you know how to draw.
Yeah, so the exact DM word for word was when you're ready to spend some VC on some tattoos, hit me up. And he actually hit me right back like, I've been actually looking to get this done. Can you do this? And I'm like, hell yeah. And it was actually this tattoo here. And he sent it to me and he was like, can you get this done? And I was like, shit, hell yeah, when? We set it up and we now went.
What was your reaction to, like obviously you shoot your shot and then like him being like, yeah, let's do it.
You talk about shoot your shot.
I was actually pretty ecstatic. So I have a now 13-year-old. He was like 11 at the time. So that like people like D-Live is like who he's looking up to.
Yeah.
Like when he's at the same age that I was at when LeBron started.
Yeah.
So I was like 11, 12 years old. LeBron was 18 coming into the league. So for him, this is, his generation of guys. And my son's very big on basketball. Like he watches it without me having to tell him to watch. Like I catch him just in the middle of the night watching clips. And so like to me, I'm like, bet, So when he hit me back and he said, yeah, like I was the first person I spoke to was my son. I'm like, yo, guess what? Yeah. He's like, what happened? I told him, he was like, no way. That's not. And I showed him the DM and he was like, yo. So yeah, he's actually pretty excited. He's actually been lucky enough to meet D-Live too.
Make sure I said what's up to little bro.
Yeah, so I try to keep them like inspired, I guess you could say.
Yeah, in touch with what you're doing too. It's a big deal. Dad's tattooing dudes in the league, like that's fire.
It becomes more reachable for him. It's not as when coming from where we come from, because you're from New York too. Like sometimes it seems like it's impossible. Like that's only for guys on TV. You know what I'm saying? And you don't think like those guys were kids once too. You know what I'm saying? So for my son, I do it more so he could say like, yo, that's doable. Like that's he's a real person. He's not just a figure on 2K or a figure on the TV. Like that's actually somebody. Yeah. So that's how that reaction went. Basically, my first thing was I need to tell my son.
And how important is that for you? Like you have an art, like obviously he's your artist, but at the same time, it's like your boy. It's someone that's watched you like go through your journey, kind of. How important is that for you to like have that relationship with with him?
You know, for me, like I always try to keep my circle small, you know, because there's always just a lot of people trying to get in. There's always trying to people that's going to say something, but like, it's like, who can you really trust their opinion? Who can you really trust what they say? Or who can you like really give some information to and know like it's not going nowhere? So it took probably by the second or third tat, I already knew that he was stuck with me for like a lifetime client. Cause there's like a lot of clients that hit me up. There's like a lot of tattooers that hit me up. But I just feel like, for me, it's like changing a barber.
100%.
You know what I'm saying?
100%.
Like,
and then you got that feeling you're cheating on your barber.
exactly. So like I try to stay with my boy whenever I can, you know. He's done, this is his 10th tat on me. Wow. I have 11 tats, including this one.
So besides the first one, he's done everything?
Yeah.
That's dope.
Mm-hmm.
Talk me through like some of them. So the first one that he did on you on the arm.
All right, so we gonna order. So this one's my mom's tat. Life isn't measured by the breaths we take, but by the moments that take her breath away. And it has a basketball, a 4-leaf clover because she's Irish. She used to hoop, and a little ribbon because she was fighting cancer for 10 years. And we're gonna go to 2. 2 I have right here. I have family. We may not have it all together, but together we have it all. Behind my right, on like the outside of my right forearm, I got every street sign that I lived on until I bought my mama a house when I was 18. So that kind of finished the half sleeve. And then after that it was my like bicep and shoulder. It has my all-seeing eye watching my back with time heals all wounds. Cause you know, there's some tragedies, some events that are gonna happen in your life that you're not supposed to get over in like a day, in a month, in a week, or even a year. So just being able to know that like, that saying really like embodies who I am. So I always gotta make sure I have that with me. And then I got Lady Justice on my shoulder with her blindfold on, and she holding a balancing scale. Okay. You know, cause like all the shit that I went through as a kid, is that the reason I was able to get this far? You know, is that kind of the price to get this far? And is that what I needed to give up so I could live out this dream? And as I got that one, the same session I got my mom's remission date, where we got the call where she was cancer-free right on my thigh. So every time I put my hands on my knees, I gotta stand my ass back up, because you know, she's been through more pain than I have. Then after that, I got Burning Boat, I got Love. If you read it from my angle, it says pain. If you read it from like your angle, it says love. Yeah, ambigram. And then on the bottom, I got my face cards and a pawn looking himself in the mirror as a king. So just being able to know, like, life a gamble. You know, I put my name in the draft not knowing I was gonna go anywhere, or if I was gonna get drafted, or if I was gonna be in a good team or a good situation. Luckily I am, so I gotta make the most of it. You know, burning the boat is just because, you know, in college there was just some situations you gotta either conquer or die trying. You know, there's some situations that seem like it was impossible, but if you have the mentality of I'm gonna do it, no matter how impossible it is, you know, I'm not gonna quit. I'm not gonna go back to what I used to do, what I used to be. I'm gonna get through it. So that's kind of what that is. And then after that, I got my anime tattoos. I got Sasuke, I got Naruto and Sasuke, the Sun and Moon tattoos. Yes, sir. But I'm gonna get more anime tattoos for sure. But my leg tattoos is for me, and my right arm tattoos is kind of like for like symbolizing like my journey and my family.
And what's your process like getting a tattoo in terms of like how long do you sit on an idea for? How quick are you to go get another one? Like, what's your process? It's
kind of changed. So at first I had it on my phone for like 6 months, because I'd always have it as my screensaver. Because like if I'm gonna keep it on my phone for 6 months, I'm gonna put it on my body.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna say you get sick of it and then you're like, all right, fuck it, I don't want to tat it, or you're sitting there for that long and you're like, all right, let's do it.
Exactly. So I did that probably for like my first 5 tattoos, and then from then on, I kind of know that like if you're getting a tattoo, like it comes with a certain price, and it has to be like. For me and my family knows that like all my tattoos mean something to me, so I have to kind of like embody that throughout all of my tattoos. Yeah. So either I'm gonna find a way for it to mean something to me, or it really do mean something to me. So that's kind of how it goes now.
Does your mom have any tattoos?
So my mom has DJL Roman numeral 2, like kind of like right below her wrist on the inside, and then she gonna get a heartbeat under that, and then we both gonna get a matching little elephant tattoo. I beat her to an elephant, but we both gonna get matching tats.
And what's the significance of an elephant?
So you see how there's 2 over there?
Yeah.
So it's kind of been like ever since I was a kid, I've had like thousands of like stuff, like little action figure elephants, you know, because I always I'm a dinosaur kid.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get dinosaur tats eventually, but I kind of always liked big animals because I was an animal kid. Because I was always bigger than everybody, and I always it kind of reminded me of myself. You know what I'm saying?
So just big, yeah.
Just a big, goofy, but they got a good memory though.
Yeah.
I definitely got a good memory.
So you keep talking about dinosaurs.
Yeah, that's me. Like that is me. Like if you look up anywhere, you're gonna see some bullshit about me and dinosaurs.
Why? Where did that start?
It was just as a kid, I thought I was gonna be a paleontologist. I didn't think I was gonna be a hooper.
Yeah. You'd probably be the tallest paleontologist ever.
Exactly. But it was just kind of it's always been my first love as a kid. And the child in me just always make sure I stay attached to dinosaurs and animals.
So if you're not hooping, that's always a question people ask. If you weren't hooping, would that be what you want to do?
I'd probably be a paleontologist. If I was a hooping, I'd be a swimmer on the low.
Yeah?
Yeah, I used to swim. I used to love swimming. I was in elementary school or swimming with high schoolers.
Well, you got the
Dive in and be at the other end, yep. Yeah. That's swimming helped with my coordination. Because I was, with the car dealership, the blow up things that that used to be me.
When did you kind of figure out all right, I got a chance to get to the league?
7th, 8th grade, I was like, all right, if I focus on basketball, it could take me far. I never knew how far. I just knew it could take me places. And then probably by my junior, senior year, I was like, all right, if I turn this into my passion, my love for the game, and it's not even a love, if I obsess over the game, it could get me to the league. But my dream was always never to make it to the NBA. I wanted to stay in the NBA.
Yeah.
That's the hard part.
Well, big difference, yeah.
Exactly.
Have you had any, obviously training camp hasn't started yet.
Yes, it has.
Or it has?
Yes, it has.
Okay, so have you any crazy stories so far happening?
I mean, it's just it's just a different world, just I bet you I make this shot.
Yeah.
All right, what we doing? 250. All right, banned. They make the shot, and then they get paid. If you get fined, you could put all your money in a pot, and you can either shoot for it, the team can shoot for it from half court, or we could give the money to charity if we choose to. It's just it's different. It's such a different caliber going from college to the NBA, and I'm on negative day 50.
Yeah.
The season hasn't even started yet.
Yeah.
So I haven't even really seen anything. I've seen a lot of good players play basketball for sure. A lot of great basketball.
Have you gotten caught in practice yet?
Yes.
By who?
Oh, my first time in practice, my first day in practice, I got caught by my mans Dexter and Greg. I got caught twice. I ain't never let it happen again.
Who's your guy, or who's on your list of first people you want to, someone you want to catch?
Jalen Duren.
Yeah?
Jalen Duren.
Why is that?
I'm playing against him since 7th grade, AAU. We were on the same team. We've been battling, getting each other better all of high school, all of AAU.
Who was were there any other pros on your team in college?
Dereck went into the league as well. Dereck Whitehead.
Oh, Whitehead, yeah. Hell
yeah.
I'm a Nets fan, I know. He's there.
He was my roommate at Duke.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Is he, I don't even think he's not going to be ready for the season, I don't think.
I think he's getting back from his injury.
Yeah,
I just don't know what
training camp,
he's
he's moving. I think he's doing 5-on-5, but I think they said he's not going to be ready for the season. Give me some info then on him as a Nets fan. Is Dereck talk about his game? Because at draft night, they were saying that he fell crazy because of that injury.
Because of the injury, yeah. But Dereck gonna be good. I have no doubt that Dereck gonna be good in the league. He can score. He a great teammate. He could pass. He could run an offense, and he know how to make the right play. Of course, people gonna look for his, but he gonna find the right play. He been on a winning team. He been on a team winning national championships since Mount Verde days when he was going to Mount Verde. So he know what it takes to win, and that's the really difference. People who score versus people who know what it takes to win. That's a difference maker.
No, I was hyped when they picked him because it's like low risk, high reward type dude too. Does Luka be bumping his music during
Slovakian music, bruh. Slovakian music.
What can you say to him?
No, Serbian, not Slovakian.
I had 40.
Yeah,
What do you
literally,
say
you
to
say
that?
anything, he'd be like, shh.
I had 40 today.
Like it'll go like Lil Durk, Lil Baby, Future,
Y'all be
Babyface
rotating?
Ray. Serbian music.
Yeah.
Yeah, rotate. Wait,
And no
so
one-
what is
no
there?
one-
Like, I
It's like a
wanna know.
playlist.
It's a playlist? I was
It's
just
a
about to
playlist.
say, okay. Everybody just drops a song into
Yeah.
the
Exactly. Everyone like this little group chat.
Huh?
But what does that even sound? What is Serbian music? Does it say pull up something, give me something?
I really couldn't even like.
Pull up the playlist.
I don't even got the playlist.
Oh, that's not bad. That's like some techno shit.
And it's not even like this. It's
I was
more
gonna
like
say,
the techno
that ain't even
shit.
that bad. That's like,
It must be interesting. It's a rainforest.
that's what I'm saying, yeah. And no one can say shit to him.
No one can say
And
shit.
it's just so
Shit to
funny
it.
to
Yeah.
think that he's the only one in the gym at that moment in his
Yeah.
zone. Everybody else is all fucking.
Nobody can say shit though. I was just gonna ask, did you have your rookie dinner?
Nope.
You looking forward to that or what?
Nope. I'm dead like snuck out of some dinners. Like try to like dip a little early. Like my man Jaywalk got
Yeah, you seen
my
that?
man Jaywalk. Jaywalk got smooth 8 bands. It was like 8.5.
Yeah. That's that's
For dinner.
disgusting.
Cause it's never the food. It's never the food.
It's the drinks.
It's the drinks.
Yeah, always. Yeah,
All the time, it's the
8.5.
drinks.
You didn't see the video, bro? His face, he was sitting here.
Oh, y'all dead ass.
Cause like, with my team at least, they don't even like drinking like liquor or beer.
Yeah.
They love wine.
Oh, they bougie.
And they probably like good wine. They're not
The best wine at the
I'm about
spot.
to say.
So you're fucked
best
then.
one.
So like the wine bottle costs like 3 bands.
Yeah, no. Hell no. Hell no.
And then they'll get 3 bottles.
Hell no. On the team, who's most likely to pick up the bill?
It's like Luka or Kai. Luka, Kai, it's Tim maybe.
And then who's least likely to pick up the bill?
Max and me since we rookies.
Yeah.
Shit, probably the Rooks ain't gonna pick the shit up. They gonna make us pick it up.
So would you rather have like the popcorn car or like them taking your bags or whatever that
Yo,
bullshit? Or
nah,
would you-
because Grant was talking about doing pranks. I said, bro, do not prank me. Do
Not
not
with it?
prank me. If you prank me, you gonna open up a can of worms. Cause I ain't gonna stop. I'm gonna take it too far.
Yeah. To make for some good media content.
Like, if they really like popcorn my whip,
Yeah.
I'm gonna be so tight.
What are you driving right now?
I got a Escalade ESVV with a V8 engine in that bitch.
Nice.
Yeah.
Was your first big purchase?
That
That?
much. I mean, either that or the crib.
Yeah. So they haven't done anything yet. Do you have it like where you got to carry bags, get food for them? None of that stuff yet?
Nothing yet, bro. I'm waiting. I'm probably gonna do a bunch of bullshit in Dubai.
I'm
was
about
just
to
gonna
say,
say,
when
you-
y'all getting off the plane in Dubai,
Yeah.
that's when it's probably going.
Yeah.
Perfect opportunity.
It's been like, Rooks, clean this shit up. Rooks, make sure everything's like your last at the gym, make sure everything good. Rooks, make sure you do like the cleaning up shit.
Yeah, yeah.
It ain't been nothing too crazy.
Yeah. So if you get that 8K bill, what's up? That's it.
That shit gonna hurt. I'm gonna keep it pushing though. That shit gonna hurt.
Who on the team do you think has the worst pain tolerance?
Like everyone who has tatted, who has already been tatted.
Sure. Or just in general, you could say.
I feel like Mike Miles ain't ready to be tatted.
Nah.
Mike Miles ain't ready. He's only. I feel like Grant. I feel like Grant would scream to getting tatted. Grant would definitely scream getting tatted. He wouldn't like the needles like that.
I could see that too.
Grant funny as hell.
And then who do you think who would sit the toughest? Like who would no face just get
Keith.
tagged? Yeah.
Keith, he old as shit. He been through it all. I'm like, does the chest or the stomach hurt getting tatted? He's like, nah.
He's fucking
like,
lying.
what?
He's lying.
I'm like, what?
Lying.
He said, I got this when I was 18. I'm like, how old are you? 34. I'm like, you just forgot. You just forgot how much that hurt.
Literally. How much do you think lifetime you spent on tattoos?
Our situation's different.
Yeah.
Our situation is different.
I ain't gonna lie. Like, I'll tip him.
Yeah.
It's not even like I'm paying for tats. Like, I'll make sure like he got like a flight here, he got a place to stay, and then I'll make sure he get clients. Like, people look at my tats and want to get tatted.
Yeah.
Like,
Walking billboard. 100%.
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
If you were to, so then Matt, if you were to break it down though, what do you think he's in so far?
I'm
Yeah, he's up there.
I'm up there
He's
for
up there.
sure. I'm at least over 3-4.
Way over.
3-4 bands, so way over
Honestly,
that.
I think it's a lot more than that, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah, just because, like,
I was gonna
Not
say
Hank?
most of the arm is filled.
Most,
yeah, he's up closer to 10.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like, me thinking about the hours plus my hourly rate.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. So our situation, like I said, though, like he said, is like, it's different because when I met him, like, he wasn't even in Duke yet. So
Yeah.
I'm not gonna feel right. Like, I know that he's a kid in high school still
Yeah.
at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not sitting here trying to like, yo, I need to make money off this kid and shit like that. Like, it was, like I said yesterday, it was genuine. Like, he wanted to pay me for this one and I was like, nah, bro,
Yeah.
like, I'm straight. Cause I know it was gonna lead to more clients. You know what I'm saying?
and a
It wasn't
relationship,
transactional.
adult relationship. Yeah.
It wasn't transactional, you know? And then plus the message behind it being for his mom with cancer and everything, and me losing my mom to cancer at 7 years old, like, I felt like I wanted to do it. You know what I'm saying? And I drove like 4 hours to him at that.
Good.
You know what I'm saying? So like,
I still need to get tatted in New York. I gotta come in the shop.
Absolutely.